It isn't their conflict, but the ordinary men, women and children of Afghanistan are paying the price for the struggle being fought for their country. Here, insurgents took over an empty building in Kabul and fired into the street. Their motive, to kill and maim passers-by. Just one of an increasing number of attacks on civilians. Most are the victims of bomb attacks. Last month, insurgents drove a vehicle packed with explosives into a bus outside the Supreme Court, killing 16. Sadiq Azad's cousin was one of the victims. The women in our family are too scared to go outside now, he says. Afghanistan has become a dangerous country. The UN says in just 6 months, more than 1,300 civilians were killed across Afghanistan. 231 of them were children. The total number of dead and injured rose by 23%, many of the victims targeted deliberately.
That's extremely alarming, this quite large increase in direct attacks against civilians, deliberate targeting through a number of tactics. It may be by an IED, it may be by an assassination, it may be by a suicide attack.
Most Afghans are simply getting on with their lives. They have no other choice. The UN has called on all sides in the conflict to uphold their legal obligation to protect them. The number of civilian casualties had actually been coming down, so this report is a huge disappointment, not just for the Afghan government, but for the international community, which has poured so many resources into Afghanistan. And with NATO combat troops due to leave next year, it does raise the question of whether this country is becoming more, not less, dangerous. John Brain, BBC News, Kabul.